welcome to Local Ag. I'm your host, Melody Divers, a member of the Bedford County Economic Development Agricultural Advisory Board. Our Local Ag Post aims to bridge the ag world with the non-ag world and strengthen community connections. So we're recovering from February's disrespectful weather. So this is actually our February podcast, even though it's March. So anyway, we had to do some rescheduling, but we're here and we're really excited. This is I believe our 7th podcast, Woody. I think we're still under 10, but we're getting there. So I think this is our 7th podcast. And today we are highlighting all things FFA, and we have a good group of folks here. So to just jump right in, we have Miss Tomlinson here with a group of students from Liberty High School. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, Miss T?
Sure, absolutely. I am Lindsay Tomlinson. I've been teaching at Liberty High School in Bedford for about 18 years. Been teaching for about 20 years total, agriculture in Virginia. Currently, I teach things like horticulture, greenhouse production, veterinary science, super fun stuff. But I've taught everything from the shop classes at Liberty to all the different animal science classes and all the basic ag classes, everything in between. At Liberty High School, we also have a middle school program where they serve kids ages grades 6 through 8. And they have great agri-science program there and an FFA as well. And at the high school, we have 3 advisors, 3 ag teachers, and we stay really busy with our FFA program.
Wow, I'm exhausted listening. I know last night at the ag board meeting, you were saying all the things that were coming up on your calendar, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that the students have someone like you advocating for them. And now, can you help me with this question? How many current FFAs are there in this county?
In this county, we have 3 high school chapters. We have Smith Mountain Lake Christian Academy. We have Smith Mountain, which is actually Stanton River High School. And then we have Liberty. And then we have 2 awesome middle school chapters. We have Liberty Middle FFA, and we have Stanton River Middle.
That's excellent. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you see about the interest level from year to year?
So, it's kind of funny. You don't really see it change very much. You would think that with all the different things that kids could be involved in nowadays, that maybe those who are attracted to agriculture might not stay steady or might not grow. But that's not the case. Kids find so much value in the ag classes because it prepares them for all kinds of careers. We have kids that, stay in the agriculture industry, but also there's kids that find a lot of value in the leadership and the citizenship portions of ag ed and FFA, as well as just the basic sciences that takes them all kinds of places. So I think we've been really fortunate to see real steady numbers of kids each year. And Liberty High School has a tremendous amount of awesome offerings from their theater department and band and other career and technical classes. So, having to share the number of kids we have is, has always been a challenge, but we've been able to hold steady and if not grow from year to year.
I think that's so amazing because what you said was there's other things maybe with the trends and how life is now that you would think that it might be something from the wayside that they would just not be interested in. So kudos for retaining and increasing those numbers, and making it something that all the students can enjoy. And do you find that a lot of them have no ag background?
Absolutely. And 2 of the young ladies you'll talk to today are just that. They are students with no prior background in agriculture.
I love this. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we are going to talk to the students here. And so we're going to do a quick mic change. And while they're doing that, the folks that we have with us today from Liberty FFA, we have Natalie Corbin. She's a senior currently serving as the Liberty FFA chapter reporter. And she has competed in the National Vet Science Career Development event as a freshman and has been successfully in Creed speaking, prepared public speaking, and discussion meet. Natalie enjoys taking care of her family's dogs and chickens and plans plans to study to become a licensed vet tech one day. That's amazing. Wonderful. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you.
And next we have Clay. Clay Johnson is a sophomore and currently serves as our Liberty FFA parliamentarian. Clay competes in the stockman's, livestock judging, and forestry career development events. And when Clay is not taking care of his beef cows, he's also enjoying the leadership and public speaking opportunities that FFA has to offer. And he is considering studying law, possibly focusing on agriculture. Ooh, interesting. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Tony Redfern is a senior, and I know you from the scholarship competition.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. She's currently serving as Liberty's FFA chapter treasurer. She enjoys competing in the veterinarian science and agriculture education CDEs. And her favorite thing about Ag Ed and FFA is the knowledge gained can be applied to so many different careers and facets of life. Tony enjoys leadership workshops and learning about advocating for agricultural interest. Tony intends to become a veterinarian, possibly focusing on food animals. Welcome.
Thank you.
So those bios were written by Miss T, or did you know that she was going to say all those cool things about you?
Kinda. I knew she was gonna include like our positions and what we've done so far and what we plan to do. I didn't really expect her to like include stuff that we value and believe in and hope to like aspire to advocate for.
Well, I'm guessing that she notices this about y'all, and she wanted us to make sure others saw that too. So I love the bio, and I hope that made you smile. So we're going to just jump right in, and you guys just answer as you feel comfortable. But the first thing is it's an easy question. So this podcast is to bridge folks that aren't in the ag world with the ag world. So we've just been freely saying FFA, but can someone tell me what FFA actually means for our listeners?
Yeah, so technically FFA means Future Farmers of America, but recently I wouldn't say recently, but theoretically the name is National FFA Organization. Basically, it's connecting all the farmers with all the outside areas. It's not just about hands-on growing crops or hands-on with animals. It's about all the diverse mechanics and biologies and even production. It touches on all areas of life. So FFA doesn't just mean one thing, I would say.
I love that. I have gone back and looked at my dad's yearbooks, and FFA was Future Farmers of America, and it was normally the pictures of the guys on their tractors, and there was crop production, stuff like that. And I'm really happy how the pendulum is swinging, like what you just said, all the different facets that are included. I think it's a wise move, and I'm grateful for it. And I can already tell I have a group of well-spoken guests here, and I'm grateful for that. So the next question is, we were supposed to do this in February, and that was intentional. Who would like to tackle this question? Why is FFA in February? Why were we trying to match that up?
So February is a very important time for the national FFA organization and local chapters as well, because during February, one specific week is known as National FFA Week. And during that time, each day kind of has a specific area kind of that dedicates to what members can do that day, or like activities or ways to give back to the organization or the communities. And so February is a very eventful time for our chapter as well. Just meeting with a lot of our local businesses and showing our appreciation for our ag teachers and all that. So that's kind of why we chose February for doing this podcast.
But we're just pretending it's February right now because of the weather. So, Clay, tell us about some of the activities that y'all had lined up. I know that it was kind of hiccuped because of the weather, but what were some of the activities and specifically your favorite thing during FFA week?
Well, we do a lot of different stuff, especially during FFA week. It's a fun time always, so we'll dress up with different things. We always like doing the Anything But a Backpack Day, Ag Edition.
Oh,
so
that's hysterical.
We'll do feed bags, wheelbarrows, stuff like that. Officer team will dress up in our field dress, just showing off our good attire and how good we look. But We just do a lot of different spirit days, and the school partakes in that as well.
So you don't have to be an FFA member to enjoy the Spirit Week.
No, we partner with the school as well.
Okay, excellent. Wonderful. I have heard a couple of you say something about service projects. Talk to me about that.
So service projects in FFA are opportunities for our members to gain community service experience. We typically do that by kind of helping out our local nonprofit organizations. One very important one that we like to go back to a lot every year, we try to go at least once a year, is the Agape Center out in Manita.
Right.
And we help clean up there whenever they're open by either getting together food for the families that use their services, or help cleaning up their store.
Just being like an extra set of hands.
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like
So this
a
year,
blessing, yes.
So this year, actually, me and our secretary, we helped make some new content for their social medias because one of their directors had told us they kind of need help with the new SMO Gives drives that they're doing, and they don't really know how to market to audiences on how they need help. Yeah, so me and her, we partnered together. We made some content with some of the workers there, and we put it together right then and there. And then, she loved it, so she was like, maybe we can get you guys to come back next year and help.
All right,
So
what a good connection.
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I love that. Are there other service projects that you have done or that you are planning?
Yeah, so we actually already did a deer drive.
I was wondering if you're going to talk about that.
Yes, the deer drive with the Hunters for the Hungry. Basically, it was hosted at Bedford Co-op. Thanks to their help, we could use their parking lot. And we just had any sort of hunter that morning go out if they wanted to and bring whatever they could get, basically. And we donated it to Hunters for the Hungry, and then they use it to give to people in the Bedford area who need food and resources like that.
That is amazing. Do you have a number on how many you were able to get, or?
I think it was 13 deer.
And that all went completely to Hunters for the Hungry. That is amazing and kind that you all did that. Now, does that mean a long day for y'all at do you have to be there for the check-in, or? So what was your time frame? And I'm guessing this is a Saturday.
Yeah, I believe it was from 9 to 8. Yeah.
It was a long day on a Saturday. Oh, goodness. And so how many students were there kind of holding down the fort? What is this?
Some did have other stuff they had to do.
Like you see it in shifts.
Yeah. So I think we managed to get about 5 or 6. 15? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
5 or 6 is shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. But nonetheless, what I'm hearing is there's a Saturday and you've been in school all week and you have other responsibilities, but this group of students worked hard to make sure those hours were covered. And so not even to glean anything for themselves, but to give to someone else. And so I just think that's a testament for what we're working with here. I did not have FFA in my high school. It is there now at my former high school. And I can just see the way you all are speaking, you're prepared, things like that. I just want the community to really know that this is a great group, whether it's this FFA or another FFA chapter. It's on my heart that just folks need to support what you are doing. And in saying that, is there anything coming up that you're like, yes, we need the community to be on our side for this?
We have a alumni group that does a lot of stuff for us. So they have a Facebook page. They have a lot of cool things coming up. So you can check out their page, Liberty FFA Alumni and Supporters Group. And, you'll see them at Bedford Co-op or Tractor Supply out there somewhere, just doing hot dog fundraisers, things that they can do to help us, because a lot of our trips can get costly sometimes. So they do help with that a lot, like our national convention to go to Indianapolis. they're just a great group of people to help us out.
So if someone's in town and they see that there's a bake sale or a hot dog sale or something like that, in the pancake breakfast, something like that that's going towards FFA, they need to pull the car over and get in line and help with the fundraising. So you're saying fundraising, monetary gifts are helpful for all the different things that you are doing. Okay, excellent. And then here's a fun question. I want to hear from each of you what your favorite part of FFA is.
Ooh.
And if you have more than one answer, that's totally acceptable.
I was about to say, part of my favorite is really just the connection you make with the people. I know that may sound like a cheesy answer, but it's true. Majority of my friends come from FFA. You really get a nice knit family when you join FFA. You get to travel together. You get to learn together. You get to grow. Building leadership is also another part. Without the leadership skills that FFA has given me, I don't think I would be where I am today, with success with careers and competitions in itself. Just all around, it's a very beneficial organization, and it helps you build lifelong relationships.
Yeah, I think just what you said, I think you're going to have a lot of transferable skills in life because going from a student in FFA to being an adult, whether, a college career, whatever, wherever your next path is, just the fact that you can speak and clearly and make eye contact, that's going to get you so far in life. And I just really commend each of you. But since we're speaking with you right now, I think that in itself is going to be such a carryover. Now, I said earlier that, and I haven't forgotten you two. I did not have FFA growing up, but I was in the ag club at the college I went to, and a lot of the members were former FFA, and I could see that the way the meetings were held and carrying on. And it was, like you said, who you surround yourself with and the connections you make are really important, because I ended up marrying the ag club president, so that worked out well for me. But on a serious note, all of our friends that we've made through the ag club, and we're still friends, and those connections are important. So in general, it's always important who you hang out with.
Absolutely.
So yeah, perfect answer, Natalie. All right, who's going next?
This is a very unpopular opinion, but I like the workshops we get to do in FFA because they take really... Corbin just rolled her eyes.
All right, throwing a little shade over here across the table. That's all right.
Because they take really fun activities and make you take a different perspective, either about situations you see out in the real world or about yourself, and you can really learn a lot from just one workshop. And another thing I like is kind of what Corbin said, how preparing yourself and actually competing in these competitions has given me a lot of confidence that if I didn't join FFA, I for sure would not have had. So, if I didn't join FFA 3 years ago, I would not be able to talk to you. I would not be able to look you in the eyes. I wouldn't be here today at all.
No, I mean, you seem very comfortable speaking to us. And I just want to say again, I mean, you do speak so well, this group, all of you, and I'm sure there's others in your membership too that are the same way. I want to go back to what you said about a workshop. So for folks that don't know what a FFA workshop is, can you just break that down for us?
So a workshop is kind of just a term that FFA uses, whether that's at chapter workshops or workshops at a state event or even the national event. They have workshops too. A workshop is so they'll take a group of people who decide they want to do this workshop, and they'll give them an activity about building skills on leadership or something, kind of make them realize, to me, workshops, they do workshops in order to help people be better, I guess. It's kind of like a self-improvement thing. I really don't know how to explain workshops.
So are workshops on how to build something, or is it more internal?
More internal.
Okay. So a coaching for how to present yourself and speak and etiquette and things like that. All right. That is great. I mean, this is all all of these things in your toolbox, you are going to be way ahead of your peers just because you already have this. This is great. I'm so excited for your futures. I know they're going to be sparkling and dazzling. Clay, did we save the best for last?
Of course.
Okay, I knew he would say something like that. All right, what's your favorite part about FFA?
Well, I believe y'all kind of touched on this, but it just gets you out of your comfort shell. Like when I joined in 7th grade, I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody pretty much, but my advisor kind of pushed me to do other things, and like Tony said, those workshops, they get you to meet other people around you. Like you're traveling places, you're doing different contests, you're meeting people, you're meeting your local leaders, you're meeting people all across the state and even the nation.
Right.
And I believe it's just a awesome opportunity to get out there and learn more about the world around.
I think what you said, it gets you out of your comfort zone. How hard was that at the beginning when this started? Where you're like, no?
Yeah. I thought about like, what am I doing here?
Did you two think that either when you had to do things that maybe weren't so comfortable with speaking?
Yes, my very first time competing in a contest was at the state level. And I'm sitting there waiting to go into the room to take one of the tests. I'm thinking, what am I doing? What is going on here?
What did I sign up for?
Yeah. I'm just sitting there, I was like, I'm not coming back to this. And then eventually the school year started again. I ended up getting another English class with Corbin. And then she was like, you doing FFA again? I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So that is important because sometimes, like Clay said, when we push ourselves to do something that's maybe not natural to us, it seems like you all have understood that the benefits that unfold when you do push yourself to do hard things. And sometimes doing hard things, the bounty that we get from that harvest of doing something hard really pays off. And I think y'all have I'm just so impressed with you. I can't stop saying that. I feel like a broken record. I'm just so impressed with you all. Okay, so if someone's listening and is like, oh, I have a grandchild that is in middle school or high school, or my daughter, such and such, what are the requirements for joining? Do we have someone that can answer that?
Yeah, so the requirements, basically you have to be a middle or high school student, and some middle schools start at like 5th grade, but like Bedford County specifically starts at 6th grade, sorry. So you have to be a middle or high school student. You have to pay $15 in dues. So it's not much, but it's to get you through the year. It's kind of just the
like to cover some costs.
Right, exactly. And you have to be taking an ag class.
Okay, so that is important.
Yes.
And each of you are in an ag class, obviously, because you're following the rules. And I want to hear what your ag classes that you're taking.
So this year I am taking veterinary science 2 and greenhouse production and management.
But you're wanting to be a vet tech eventually, so this makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
So prior I had a vet 1 class that I had to like build in.
The prerequisite to go into this. And what are your ag classes this year?
This year I'm actually taking 2, like Corbin, veterinary science 1, and then fisheries and wildlife.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But you also want to go on the vet track as well. Okay, excellent. You want to be a large animal vet?
Mixed animal.
Mixed animal. Okay.
And I'm also on an animal pathway. I'm taking small animal care this year.
All right. Excellent. I'm so nosy. So I just love all of this. This is great. So those are the requirements. Now, do you have to sign up like at the start of a semester, a school year? Like what's the proper way?
We usually try to wrangle in members at the beginning of the school year, like at open house or the first month or 2 of school. We'll set up a little booth at lunch where people can come fill out a form, sign up for our Remind, and then hand us their $15 membership dues. And but most of the time, we'll get a few stragglers along the year who decide, maybe I should join FFA.
So they can't. You like it at the start of the school year semester. However,
get our ducks in a row.
Right.
Get an actual itinerary of how many members we're gonna have. Like a kind of like a.
Get your game plan together.
I guess
for plan.
How many members we're gonna have and how many people decide they actually want to compete. Yeah.
Excellent.
Especially in middle school, it's like a semester class. If you have an ag class second semester, you don't really learn about all the stuff that you can do until that second semester. So,
that's the difficult thing about the middle school schedule is because that's how it was for me. I didn't take an ag class till my second half of my 7th grade year, so I didn't know about FFA till.
But they got you now.
Yeah,
they got you now.
Strapped.
Oh my gosh, you guys are hoot. Okay, so I guess we've already touched on this, and if someone wants to give Miss T a headset, I want to hear, I think you all have touched on this question, is what lasting effects do you think FFA will have on your futures? And I really think you've got that under control. I mean, kudos to your teacher. But I just have to say, Lindsay, I got to call you by your first name. It's me. Lindsay, what do you think their futures, and I'm talking about theirs, meaning that chapter. What do you think their future looks like because of their FFA background?
So it's kind of funny, excuse me, earlier when you were saying about being an ag club in college, I related to that so much because I also did not have much of an ag background. And I was in college studying large animal science. And when I was there, I met all these crazy FFA kids. And honestly, I had no idea that FFA was a real thing. At that point, I had only ever heard about it in a country song.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so just impressed and floored by all of these kids, and they all had this FFA in common, and they were telling me about their ag classes and all the things they got to do. And I truly feel like I missed out. Like I remember thinking that to myself. I had no idea this was even a thing. And I kind of fell in love with it just from looking at the pictures on their dorm walls and talking to them and knowing them as people. So I truly do feel 20 years into teaching and working with FFA kids that it really does turn out solid, well-rounded, employable people who are amazing citizens within their community. The beauty of social media to someone like me is just invaluable because I get to watch these guys 10, 20 years after they graduate high school. And it is so amazing to get to see the things that they do, where they go, their careers, just how their life is impacted. And maybe, for some, they just took a few ag classes. Maybe they did a little FFA in high school, but you can still see things come through.
It resonates.
Right. Whether they're getting involved in different things in their community, whether they're taking leadership positions in their job, whether they joined the different clubs in college or whatever trade school they went to, or, whether they just dove into their career and felt confident and moved up the ladder because of the education that they had in high school. And I expect that 100% from these three as well as the rest of them. Tony and Natalie are seniors, and they are both getting excited and looking forward to the next step for them. Whatever it is, I will say the big thing that I try to tell them, and we were just talking about this on the way here because I have a former student who's coming back in a couple weeks on her college spring break, and she really wants to talk to them about all the different careers that she learned about when she went to college. She ended up going to college in Kentucky. And once she got there, I think she's studying ag econ. But when she got there, all of a sudden, she realized all these other amazing careers that we just don't really see around here, maybe. And she just wants to let them know to kind of follow their arrow, get on the right path, get where you're going. And as you're going there, you're going to see all these other awesome things open up to you that you had no idea about. So I'm excited that they'll have those opportunities.
You've definitely given them a good foundation. And I'm sure there's other amazing ag educators in our county, but you made me tear up a little bit because anytime we talk, I taught school for 15 years. You've definitely got me on that. But anytime you can see your students and you called it at a young age, like they are going to be a good human and they're just going to nail this whole living a good life thing. But you get to see it. That's the good stuff. And so I'm so grateful that you get to see those moments and you're like, called it. I knew they were going to be successful. And I loved what you said about, being good citizens and employable. And on a funny note, I do get sad because, we discovered that we were not in FFA, but we definitely had ag in our college days. I do get jealous when Johnny gets to pull his blue jacket out, and I do not have a blue jacket. I do not. So I do get a little jealous of him getting to wear that. And he was at Liberty High School's FFA as well. And
That's great.
Little stinker, I think his still fits. So all those years later.
Yes.
So anyway, I want to say thank you for this group of students that you have shared. We're going to wrap up and go into the announcement section. But if there is anything that we need to know to share with our community about how to support you or upcoming events, your social media handles or things like that, please share that now. Now is your time to shine.
Okay, so I want to piggyback on what Clay said earlier about our alumni and supporters. It is a common misconception that you have to have been a Liberty High School graduate or an FFA member. That's not true at all. That's why the name is Liberty FFA Alumni and Supporters. So we have lots of adults within this community that found value from their children going through the program or just learned about it different ways and became a part of that group. Also, people that came to our community from other areas and were in ag programs and things like that as a kid in other areas. Not only benefit, visiting them at bake sales and things like that, but also if you want to reach out, they have a Facebook page, Liberty FFA Alumni and Supporters. If you want to reach out to them and be a part of that group, they're always looking to grow that group. Many hands makes easier work for everyone. So always looking to have more people in that as well. Also, I want to give a shout out to Clay. We just found out that Clay, along with two of our other younger members, are going to Washington Leadership Conference this summer. So that's really exciting. So that is a hefty cost for us. So if anybody ever wants to reach out and just benefit the chapter, you could go right through the school to help kids with things like that, leadership options. You can do it that way. Contacting like Liberty High School and letting them know why you're calling. They can get you the right avenue. But yeah, we do have a Facebook page, Liberty FFA, and an Instagram page. And
so you're on the socials.
We are. Yeah. The kids do a great job with that.
Excellent. Well, I'm very grateful that Natalie, Tony, Clay, and Miss T, you were all here today. We're going to file this under an excellent podcast. Would you agree, Woody?
100%.
Do you not feel so hopeful for our future?
Gosh, yes.
I mean, do you not just feel drenched in hope right now?
I do. It's exciting.
I know.
So well spoken.
Yes, yeah. Agreed. So you're impressive folks, and I'm grateful to have had this moment with y'all. So we're going to go into our announcements. This is where we have ag opportunities in the county. So if you are looking for horse riding lessons, please reach out to Second Wind Farm. They recently posted on their Facebook page that they are scheduling opportunities for horse riding. They also have availability, I believe, for boarding. So contact them directly either through their Facebook page or you can call them at 540-598-0110. And then we are thinking about field trips here. So if you are interested in going to Lottie J Farm on Patterson Mill Road, they are currently booking field trips May through October. April is already booked. You can follow them on Facebook as well or reach out to them by calling 434-610-6078. And again, that's Lottie J Farm on Patterson Mill Road in regards to field trips. So the weather is starting to warm up a little bit and our farmers markets have dates. Let's see here. Forest Farmers Market will take place on March the 8th, which is this Saturday from 9 to 12. They're located on Forest Road near Forest Library. And obviously anytime you shop at a farmers market, it's a great opportunity to shop and support local. And then the weekend after that, March 15th, Bedford Farmers Market will be held 9 to 1, and they are located at West Washington Street in the Farmers Market Pavilion. And you can stay updated with their happenings by following their Facebook page. And it looks like Moneta and Montvale markets will be coming back soon, so stay tuned about when and where you can get goodies at the Montvale and Moneta Farmers Market. Now, something exciting, since we have some youth here, I thought this would be a great announcement. 4-H camp registration opens up in April. This has always been a favorite with my sons, and so they were always excited when camp registration opened. Camp itself runs from July 14th to 18th, and it takes place at the Skelton 4-H Center at Smith Mountain Lake. If you know a young person that will be at least 9 by September 30th, 2025, but no older than 14 on January 1st, 2025, they are eligible to sign up for camp, and details, including costs, will be forthcoming, and the best way to follow that information is to follow the Bedford County 4-H Facebook page. Make sure it is Bedford County, Virginia, not Bedford County, Pennsylvania. You may end up at the wrong camp. As always, we would like to end this episode with a huge thanks to Media Squatch for allowing this podcast and idea to come to life. We're always grateful and happy to work with Woody and the staff at Media Squatch. And I really am grateful that I had this table of well-spoken folks to chat with. So thank you, Liberty FFA, for being a wonderful presence here on our podcast. Lastly, if you want to attend one of our Ag Board meetings, you are more than welcome. Last night, we had the folks from the Smith Mountain Lake Christian Academy FFA join at the beginning of our March Ag Board meeting, and like y'all, they were an impressive group of students, but let's be honest, FFA students really carry themselves well and speak knowledgeably. So, no pun intended, but they're the cream of the crop. Ha ha ha. Anyway, Ag Board meeting times and minutes are always available on the Economic Development website. And normally we meet around the first Wednesday of each month, but reach out for details. If you want to attend, you're more than welcome. And we're going to end this wonderful podcast with a reminder that please be good to yourself and be good to others.